All right, we're going to work within a stacked wall, which is hard to modify. So instead of modifying, we're going to create an opening. So here you notice I took out this wall that I just created. I'm going to go back and recreate it. So I'm going to go to subfloor. You'll notice that I took it out over here. So I'm going to go to wall and I'm going to go to type of wall. I'm going to choose the stack wall that I created. Remember the upper one. Before you do it, make sure it's face in instead of the first subfloor. Remember, you have to go to the top of the footing. Make sure it's 18 feet and it's unconnected. So I'm going to come back here. Just draw it. Don't fuss about it. So obviously you don't want it on that direction. So it's right there. Let's double check it. So when I pick it up, notice it has the footing because it didn't recognize that I wanted it to go to the top of the footing. So I quickly do that and make sure that I'm actually looking at the interior face. So if you want the stone to be on that side, that's fine. If you want it to be flipped, you want to go this way. So I would like the stone to be on the outside. So remember the rigid insulation to the outside. So I'm going to look at it quickly in 3D. That's where I have created it. Once I like what I want, I can actually expand it. I'm going to go back to the subfloor. I'm going to extend it to this line on this side. So there it is. And then I'm going to extend it again to this side. And there it is. Now I'm going to take the wall and play with it. Before I play with it, I'm going to mark where my glass wall is so I'm very clear where it's going on. So I'm going to go to architecture, quickly do a reference grid so it makes it easy for me to understand where I am. So I'm going to go do one over here, and I do want to do another one, architecture reference grid. Right over here, and for some reason it didn't pick it up on this side. So I have two reference grids, 1 and 2. I want to remember that that's the area that I'm working with. So here I made this reference plane and that reference plane. That means I'm ready to actually work. I'm going to go to this cross section going through the garage. It's this one. So it clarifies the wall that I just created, which is right there. That's the wall that I just created. So I would like to keep that just isolated. So I'm going to go over here, isolate element, so that it allows me to see it. The only problem is I can't see my reference plane. So I actually would like to. So I would like to go back and include my reference planes in my isolation. So now I can actually work on what I want to cut. So what I like to do is pick this item and actually poke an opening. So first I just don't fuss about it. I make any kind of opening. Then I can actually make it any specific size that I want. I'm going to go to wireframe so I actually get to see what I like. So I like this wireframe, this opening, go all the way down to this specific height. And I go back and I say that was 3 feet 6. So I just want to go to 3 feet 6 inches. So notice over here, it's going to snap right exactly where I want. Now the top, I actually would like it to be the height of 3 feet 6 plus 8 feet. So when I pick this up, I go 3, 6 plus 8 would be 11 foot 6. So I'm going to keep it at 11 foot 6 right there. So that's 3, 6 by 11, 6. That keeps the opening right where I want it if it's to the ceiling. But I don't want it to the ceiling. Right now I just want it to go all the way to this edge and snap all the way to that edge. If you can get closer and snap it perfectly. And it recognizes reference planes really well, so you can snap it perfectly. Go back and forth until it snaps right to it. I actually would like to take this another 3 feet, so that becomes 14 feet 6, which is really the top of my upper ceiling. And then I would like the rest of it to be done with my curtain wall glass. So that becomes 14 feet 6 right there. And the rest of it, I'm going to work with my curtain wall glass. So now I'm going to go back to the subfloor. I'm going to draw a glass wall, come back here and choose the type, go all the way down to the curtain wall, glass wall, and pick it up. And you could always move it later on. Right now, I'm going to just place it right here. All right. So then I'm going to go back to that cross section, and I would like to quickly reset the elements. Look at it in considered color. I can actually see my glass. Now that I can see my glass, I can actually again snap my glass to the perfect spot, which is to that reference plane. And then this one is almost to that reference plane, back and forth until it's perfectly aligned with the reference plane. Then bring it back. And I can bring it back this way, or I can actually go unconnected. I would like it to go 14:6. I can go this way, or I can snap it. All right. So it just is perfect size what I wanted to work with. So that's my curtain wall glass. So I will work on that, obviously, and work on my curtain wall system.